Okay, so Thomas Jefferson was born on April 13, 1743, at the Shadwell Plantation located just outside of Charlottesville, Virginia. He was born into one of the most prominent and wealthiest families of Virginia. His mother was Jane Randolph Jefferson, and his father was Peter Jefferson, who produced the first accurate map of the province of Virginia. He was born third of 10 siblings. Jefferson liked to play in the woods, practiced the violin, and he liked to read. He began his formal education at age 9, studying Latin and Greek at a local private school. He was also interested in science. At age 14, he studied classical languages as well as literature and mathematics. He attended College of William and Mary. He often played cards, messed around, he was definitely a player, and he didn't study. But eventually, he fell into a circle with older scholars and received his true education. Jefferson became one of the most learned lawyers in America. He also constructed on a house called Monticello that was built on his father's land. It was also a working plantation where he kept about 130 black slaves. He met and fell in love with Martha Wells Skelton, a recent widow and one of the wealthiest women in Virginia. They married on January 1st, 1772 and had 6 children, but only 2 survived into adulthood. Martha, their firstborn, and Mary, their fourth. DNA results also show that Jefferson messed around with one of his slaves, a woman named Sally Hemings, who was in fact Martha Jefferson's half-sister, which is totally messed up. And he fathered all 6 of Sally's children too. His years of service was from 1768 to 1825. His personal philosophy was that he was deeply optimistic about human reason. He believed idea was more important than politics when it came to posterity. His primary contributions was that he was the author of the Declaration of Independence, the Virginia Statute of Religious Freedom, the separation between church and state, and the University of Virginia. His first major success was that in June of 1776, the committee chose Jefferson to author the Declaration's first draft. A conflict he had was that he was the state of Virginia's second governor. Unfortunately, it did not work out. He could not please everybody, so he did not seek a third term as governor and stepped down on June 4th, 1781. An obvious success he had was that he became the USA's third president in 1801, and for his first 2 years, he did amazing. The last big success of his was after his crazy political life, he helped organize the University of Virginia. He designed the campus too, along with other things. So on March 7th, 1825, the school opened, which was a huge success of his. Jefferson's major adversary was Alexander Hamilton, surprisingly, because when Jefferson was Secretary of State, Hamilton wanted to be it because he was treasurer, and they were rivals all throughout their political life. His major ally was James Madison. They were great political friends. Unfortunately, Jefferson died on July 4th, ironically, 1826, which was the 50th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. The cause, they said that his health naturally declined. They said he probably had uremia and probably a late diagnosis of prostate cancer. His major legacy, if you didn't remember or didn't pay attention, was that he was the author of the Declaration of Independence and Virginia's Statute of Religious Freedom and father of University of Virginia. The end.